We all want to live longer, but not just longer, better. Clear mind, strong body, real energy. But the truth is, most of us are burning out by 40. And I was on that path too, until I read about Russia's oldest practicing doctor. He's over 100, still sharp, still working. And when asked his secret, he didn't say supplements or genetics. He said, eat this one thing every day. Want to know what it is? Fermented cabbage. Yeah, simple, humble sauerkraut. But here's what blew my mind. There's actual science behind it. This doctor explained that fermented foods like sauerkraut don't just help digestion, they protect your gut lining, reduce inflammation, and even support mental clarity. Why does that matter? Because your gut is basically your second brain. And if that's inflamed, everything else breaks down: immunity, mood, energy. Let me tell you a story. After my son was born, I was constantly bloated, tired, and moody. I blamed it on the hormones, the lack of sleep, the stress. But it didn't go away until I started eating fermented veggies. 1 tablespoon a day. That's it. Within 2 weeks, less brain fog, more energy, flatter stomach. It was wild. And you don't need fancy brands or supplements. This doctor eats homemade sauerkraut every day with breakfast or lunch. Not because it's trendy, because it's kept him alive and well for over a century. In fact, in many so-called blue zones, areas where people regularly live past 100, fermented foods are a daily thing. From miso soup in Japan to kimchi in Korea to kefir in Eastern Europe. It's not about being perfect. It's about being consistent. I now prep a batch of red cabbage sauerkraut every 2 weeks. Takes 10 minutes. Sits on the counter. And it feels like I'm giving my body something real. Not processed, not packaged, not pretending to be healthy. Just a live food that makes me feel alive. I know you're busy. I am too. But this is the kind of habit that literally stacks years onto your life. So here's my question for you. What if living to 100 wasn't about more effort, but less stress, less inflammation, and a tiny daily ritual? You don't need a new diet. You don't need a reset. Just start with 1 fork of real fermented cabbage a day. Put it next to your lunch. Serve it with dinner. Teach your kids it's normal. Because longevity isn't a miracle. It's a series of smart, quiet choices. And this one, it might be the easiest of all. If you try it, come back and tell me how you feel. And if your grandma already does this, hug her. She was right. Now share this with someone who wants to stay sharp, strong, and alive for a long time. Let's not just chase success. Let's build a body that can enjoy it, even at 100.